All right. We got the Taco Bell dog.
I was going to say, that's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that guy.
I'm loving some doggies tonight.
Right on. Welcome to Weekend Sports Betting Tips on the Barroom Network. We've got Sean Higgs, our professional handicapper, Anthony, PoundedSports.com, my partner, professional handicapper, and podcaster Tooch, along for the ride. Fellas, we got bowl games tonight, tomorrow, Saturday. And I had a sandwich the other day that Sean did not like the looks of, but I want to ask Sean, have you ever had a sandwich that's been like in an old-fashioned sandwich steamer, and it like hot steam, and it kind of gets it really hot in the bun, nice and soft and everything?
Steam sandwich? No.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a press like a Cuban sandwich. Why would I want to put steam on something?
Yeah.
The only time I forget about a big steamed piece of bread that I don't want some nasty wet bread like
it doesn't get wet though. It's like a dry steam.
I've worked a flat grill before. I know you put some your cheesesteak down burger, cheese on top. You put the little steamer on the side with the water to steam it up. I'm not putting it on my bread.
Yeah, it doesn't get wet though. It's like a dry steam. But this is like a Manhattan deli here in Des Moines, and they steam their hoagies. And it gets nice and hot and soft.
That was the saddest sandwich I've ever seen. That's
almost
so
as bad as the
Subway.
How about grinders? They have grinders out there.
Well, don't even say that word, bro. Freaking subs to grinders.
He's from Jersey. God forbid.
I know.
Jersey, bro. I don't have a grinder.
A Boston term.
Okay. Is grinder? What is that?
Grinder.
I don't know what that's a foreign language to me. You might as well be speaking Chinese.
It's a grinder, not a grinder. It's a grinder.
It's a sub, and if you're a South Philly, South Jersey trash, you'd call it a hoagie or some nonsense.
It's a sub,
like it's pork.
Taylor
over here. It's a sub. It's a big Manhattan.
That place is called. I go to down by my work called Manhattan Deli. Really good sandwiches. Everything homemade there. All the stuff.
Yeah, sure. It's for Iowa.
Don't be messing on
That's
Iowa.
the hangout in Iowa.
I changed everything funny. I was just telling you off the air. I just drove 45 minutes to a food truck that did Philly cheesesteaks. The one cat was from Philly. The other guy was from Milwaukee. It was a pretty decent cheesesteak.
I love a good cheesesteak.
I got to drive 40 minutes for bagels, cheesesteaks, pizza.
We have a good place in West Des Moines here called Capriotti's Cheesesteaks. Excellent.
Sounds Italian, at least.
Yeah. Very good. All right, man. Let's get right there.
I'm flying in Sloppy Joe sandwiches.
Yeah,
it cost me about $450 because of the airfare and delivery.
They call a Sloppy Joe here a loose meat sandwich in Iowa.
Anything sounds like loose meat sounds like it should be in some kind of.
I'm just saying. I didn't make up the name.
Pornhub channel.
Something that you would eat.
Yeah.
Something
that wants the loose meat. I don't know. That just seems profane.
We got a game starting here in a little bit. What about an hour? Syracuse, South Florida, University of South Florida in Anthony's neighborhood right there, YMCA kids, as he affectionately calls them. But he's on the YMCA kids today. Tell us why.
Well, Syracuse is missing a crap load of players. Crap load. As in USF is simply just missing just a handful of players. No one major. I mean, let's just be real. They can miss anybody. You won't even know the difference. This team is so bad. It blows my mind they even made a bowl game. But I'll take the YMCA boys over a team with really no one that's played all year. So and their dogs. I mean, I know they're bad. Their defense is bad. Their offense is bad. But they got this one guy on offense that I've bet against USF enough, and I've been burned by him.
Right.
All you do is any of us three can do it the same. We just throw it 50 yards downfield, and the guy just goes and gets. He's like a Tyreek Hill on USF.
He's a wide receiver, and I don't know his name, but
I have no clue his name. He's a small little Tyreek Hill. I call him the little cheetah. He's
Right
fast,
on.
though. He is. There's nobody in college football that can guard him. He's like a small Justin Gage that's just gone.
South Florida finished up the season with the 48-14 blowout of Charlotte at home.
That was real hard to do.
Any thought? You're getting a field goal plus a hook, Sean. And any thoughts on the total?
I'm trying to find a tiny little guy because they got this one little guy here. He's from Jersey, which means he's awesome. But yeah, I'm on South Florida. Why wouldn't I take the 3.5 with a team that's basically playing a home game? Yep. They are 6-6. They are 1-11 last year. Totally motivated to be here.
Yep.
As bad as Ann says they are. Listen, they put up 30 or more in like half their games this year, so they can.
They have to because their defense is so bad. So their offense is. I mean, I hate to say it, their offense is legit.
Yeah.
If they actually had a
here
defense.
Tonight. Syracuse, I like the over as well because when you get a couple 6-6 teams together, what's going to happen? One of them, I got a team that in South Florida, they might score 45 tonight against Syracuse.
His name is Brown. All right. Kyfra Brown, if I'm pretty sure. Number 1, he's a junior, 6 foot.
Oh, the other guy from Jersey is 5'10", so he's even tinier.
Sorry to break your.
That's all right.
Sorry to break your heart. He's not from Jersey.
Syracuse, no Garrett Schrader.
Yeah, he's been hurt. So you got a third. That's the thing that concerns me about the total here is that you got a third stringer in, but I don't know. I think they'll probably get some garbage points against this team. You have guys who are trying to impress the new coach, right? Who's going to be watching, so they're going to want to play a little bit. But again, it's all South Florida. South Florida is the top player, whatever. Out of the two, it's South Florida. They're home, getting points, 1-11 to 6-6. Why? Come on, this is like a Super Bowl for them. They're going to be totally pumped up. Home game in Boca.
That's my dog of the day.
Don't even overthink it, man. There it is. Look at this guy.
My dog of the day.
Put that on a skewer. Put that on a hoagie roll. That little guy.
Taco Bell.
That's Adriana.
For me,
I named her after the Adriana from The Sopranos.
Bowl games. I found. It's better to take the dog points. So Syracuse plus 3.5.
The dogs had been, I think, 5-2 before, if I remember correctly. I don't know that off the top of my head how. I thought it was like 5-2ish. Well, maybe not 5-3 because UTSA rolled the other night.
This is my first bowl game I'm actually betting. I'm glad I didn't touch any of them because I probably would have got killed.
I am 3-3 in bowl games. My losses, I had Boise in the under, thinking
I like
a lot of guys out. A lot of guys out for UCLA, and Boise plays defense, and Boise backup quarterback. I figured low scoring, ugly kind of game. I'll take the points. Maybe it's 24-20 something. No. And I knew Mexico State, like a bunch of other people, thought that was a smart play. Hopefully them being home like South Florida. Hopefully South Florida delivers here, but nothing crazy. Texas Tech winner. Appalachian State had under 48.5. That came all the way down with guys out. And Texas Tech. San Antonio the other night. And I had a bad number, 13.
He had a horrible number compared to what that finished.
And this is the thing with bowls, and I swore I wasn't going to jump into bowls early in the last week. I was like, I got 20-something bowls already gone. This is the specific reason why motivation bowls, a guy who's been in college for 9 years. I mean, his son's on the team. His son's 20, he's 48, like whatever. He's been there so long. Out of the blue, this guy comes out, I got a fractured, broken shoulder, whatever. Where was this news? Nowhere. An hour before the game time, he's been hurt. What? The line went from 7-9 to 13 because there's no way he would be sitting out.
Yeah.
In his final game, he's not going to Canada. He's not going to NFL Europe. He is done. He's going to be maybe a coach or something. And I'm out today. No one knows about it. I was like, unbelievable. But
yeah, that was the books messed up on that one. Let me tell you.
No one knew. Well, I mean, how did they mess up? They had it right. They thought he was playing. It went from 9 to 13. Yeah, he's playing.
But did they? I think they knew, and they wanted you to keep betting the -12, the -13.
Oh, I don't know, man. There was nothing down here in any kind of chat room.
Think about it.
No. Listen, you go into these chat rooms down here for these schools, you get a lot of information. Who's got that under wraps? Nobody. That's not staying under wraps down here.
I got you.
I'm not waiting for that to break on ESPN. Who cares? They're worried about LeBron and his hairline.
They're
not worried about San Antonio. No. I mean, you'd find that in the local spots down here. No one even knew he was hurt. Nothing. People said like, this guy's hurt. Who knew this? Like,
it's not like he had the flu. He had a broken bone for crying out. Nobody knew he had a broken bone.
He's like, oh, he's playing. They said the day before he's fine. He's ready to go.
Unbelievable. All right.
We got a game tomorrow night. Georgia Tech versus Central Florida. Central Florida given 4.5.
Tooch's favorite team, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. Over under 66.5. That's a lot of points. Neither team has very good defense. We'll start with Sean. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I'm on the over. And again, I'm early, 63 on this one, but Tech puts up points, man. This is a 40-37 kind of game, and all over. UCF, they stepped up, right? They went out, they're in the Big 12 now, so it's not, They don't look as explosive as they have been in the past, but come on, this is a Malzone special here in this game. This is going to be all over the place. And Georgia Tech is not the rambling wreck. This isn't triple option Georgia Tech. We're going to run the ball 47 times to throw the ball to Calvin Johnson 4 times, and it got to be the number 1 draft pick. No. They put points up, and again, we have mediocre type teams at 6-6. Fire me up for an over, baby. Let's go. Fun time.
I agree. 100%.
6-6 teams. Yep. 9-3 against the spread for Georgia, 9-3 to the over for Georgia Tech, and 6-6 for Central Florida. 66.5. That's a lot of touchdowns. We need 9 touchdowns in this one.
It's fine. This is a step down from Big 12 teams that they played to Georgia Tech. So give me the over.
Any thoughts on the side, Anthony?
No, just the over.
Yeah.
All right.
I maybe lean Tech, but that's just because it's a dog.
Yep. Give me 4.5 points there. All right. We got, let's see, next game. Arkansas State, Northern Illinois.
I have 0. You like this game. This is all you. I got nothing to say.
Yep.
This is all you,
20-something bowl games, I got nothing on this one.
I got nothing.
I'm on Northern Illinois +3. Arkansas State cannot stop the run. And in the losses, 6 losses of Northern Illinois, not Northern of Arkansas State, they scored around 10 points a game. And their wins, they're scoring 30-40. But I like Northern Illinois here in the veterans. Motivation, though, that's the question. Arkansas State and Northern Illinois. All right.
Well, why wouldn't they both have motivation? They're both 6-6. They're both. Yep. I mean, like, who wants?
It's a loser bowl.
The last game, Northern Illinois versus Kent State, they didn't look that interested in the game.
This should be called the Degenerate Bowl. This should be called the Degenerate Bowl because on Saturday you got 3 NFL games, a million college basketball games, other bowl games. Why are you even touching this game?
I like the Huskies +3. Give me the Huskies plus a field goal. All right. Next game, got JMU, pretty good team, man, all season long. Good against the spread as well. 8-4 against the spread, Sean. They're laying 1.5 versus Air Force. I can't get that Army versus Air Force game. Army came into Fort Collins.
So they coming into the season, they would be favored in every game, maybe a dog to Boise. They get upset by Army. The quarterback's hurt. The next game, obviously a flat spot for them, and this kind of falls into we've lose a couple in a row, but they got extra rest. QB is back. Air Force is the play here. Obviously, it went from 3. It came down here. Madison, I think, is missing guys. I mean, McCall was supposed to – he's in the transfer portal, but he might play. He still could play. It doesn't make – I mean, where's James Madison, as much as they're all pumped to be, we're going to be in a bowl. Well, I think the coach left. I think one of the coaches left. I'm just not – the fact this line has come down 2 points with a team that was – we should be able to play in our conference championship game, and here you are, and the line's going against you as opposed – because that would be a spot you want to pound a team like that. Like, they wanted something to prove, and the money's running away from them. You're
talking James Madison, right? Something to prove. They're new to the FBS, right?
They were lobbying to play in their conference championship because they should have played because they had to – and they were ranked all season. They didn't get it. They get in here because not enough teams were 6-6 to make all the bowls. And yet no one's betting on them. Why?
Yeah.
That would be a team normally, right? We talk about motivational edges. for teams. Oh, I miss out on a bowl playoffs. I'm going to be here. Nobody shows up. Everybody sits out. Why is this line going down to 1 instead of up to 5?
That's weird. I mean, and James Madison last 10 games 9-1 straight up against the spread 8-2. Air Force finished up with 4 straight losses.
This is what I hate about these bowl games. It doesn't matter what the regular season is because half of these players don't even play.
Yep.
So I mean,
well, here's the thing. Well, I think maybe it is. The coach is gone, so he's out. You got a bunch of transfer portal guys, including McCall, the quarterback, who's as far as I'm guessing, I guess he's still playing.
McCall was on Coastal Carolina though, so that's a different game.
Oh, McLeod. I'm sorry. McLeod is the quarterback.
Okay.
McDonald's, McLeod, McLaren's doesn't make it.
I like James Madison, but I mean the line is so fishy. -1.5. Why is it only -1.5? Sean is asking.
I have nothing. I got nothing on this. I have no clue. I literally between this game and last game, it's flip a coin. I mean, there's no edge.
I can't get past that game, Anthony, when Air Force, the Army game, right?
And Army right before they got killed by UMass.
Got killed by UMass. And then they head to Air Force as an 18-point dog and win outright 23-3.
Dominated, absolutely dominated Air Force. Not even just beat them, dominated.
Yep. And then Air Force went to Hawaii after that, lost 13-27. UNLV came to Air Force, beat them 31-27. Then they went to Boise State. Boise State, pretty good team towards the end of the season, but they lost 19-27. But James Madison finished up. They blew out in Coastal Carolina 56-14. But like Sean says, lots of guys missing.
James Madison had a hire coaches, 5 temporary coaches, because all the coaches
for this game.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not a good. That's why everyone's.
That's not a good sign. I mean, you got to lean Air Force, but I don't even trust Air Force, even with that.
I kind of like the under now.
One thing I know about James Madison all year, their defense was absolute, just terrible. But they had a great offense.
They supposed to have like 4 or 5 starters in the transfer portal. None of them left. Only the defensive guy went to Indiana with his coach. But maybe this says they're not going to play tomorrow. Maybe someone knows something. They pounded like, oh, they're definitely out. Or,
and that's what I hate about these bowl games. Anthony and I were talking about this recently.
You got to be on these day of. I remember a couple of years ago, it was like one morning, it was like, 17 guys aren't suiting up for whatever team. And a line went to like 30 or something ridiculous. And,
I remember you last year. You got all the numbers, good numbers early.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, day by day went by, and this guy's not playing, then this guy's not playing. And you had great numbers last year. I remember that.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
All right. Moving on to Utah versus Northwestern.
Finally, a good game.
This is the what is this one called? The SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl.
Oh, good.
I like when they're named after food. There's like I saw a Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Yeah. Right, Sean?
Different. It's different.
Here's one that Sean likes. Duke's Mayo Bowl. He's on the Duke's Mayo. That's probably
so I don't eat that nasty Duke's Mayo. I love my helmets, but it's got that bioengineered poison they put in it. But I can't have Duke's Mayo.
What's that fancy mayo they got with that guy in the tuxedo? I forget the name of it. It's like the fancy.
I don't know. Miracle. If you bring Miracle Whip, I'm going to hit you with an aluminum bat.
That's not mayonnaise. That's like Cool. It's like calling Cool Whip whipped cream, right?
Miracle Whip.
All right. So this is what did I say? This thing was called SRS Distribution. This is in Las Vegas, Utah. Northwestern Wildcats getting 6.5 points. I know, Sean, you love a dog. You're probably on the Wildcats, right?
Like you come in here. And I've said this about Northwestern. This is the team. I'm like, man, is it an underplay this year? The coach, like everything that went on with him at the beginning of the year, how the players will respond? Well, they respond with 7 wins, 3 straight. And Utah, and I love the coach. He's awesome. It's not like he's a guy I want to like go against in a bowl game or anything like that. But you're on your backup or third string quarterback. You are 8-4, not bad for most teams. You were just in a Rose Bowl last year as a Pac-12 champion. I mean, is this? it's Northwestern or nothing for me here. The lines come down a bit.
I agree.
But do Utah has a better team? Sure. Do they have a better coach? I think so. I mean, the guy's awesome.
Yep.
I haven't pulled the trigger on this one simply because of he's a coach I don't want to go against. But I don't see how they're all. It's not a spot I want them in. It's back-to-back Pac-12 champs, Rose Bowl. Hi, we're in the RNS Tire Bowl. Listen, I'm sure they paid $1 million or whatever to get the sponsorship, but I mean, it's just for Utah. It's not. I mean, higher hopes to start the season. Although somehow Cam Rising is coming back next year for season number 13.
Well, Northwestern finished up with 3 straight wins at the end of the season. At Wisconsin, they beat Purdue at home. Then they went on the road and beat the Illini 45-43. This game has a fairly low total, probably because of Utah being more of a defensive team. But Cam Rising out. Yeah, he's been out for a long time. Northwestern, showing some grit throughout the season. Losing their coach to a scandal, rising up. Finished the season 7-5. 4 of their last 5 were wins. Any thoughts on the total, Anthony? Utah, Northwestern.
I hate to say it, but I can't even I'm having a really hard time even picking on these bowl games because these games you can't bet early. Like Sean said, you've got to bet them the day of. I mean, I can say under now, but next thing you know, 10 guys decide not to play the day of, and it's a whole nother ball game. I would lean under and Northwestern with +7 though. Yeah,
buying the hook.
That's as of right now. I mean,
Sean, do you live bet at all, Sean?
Occasionally, if I'm on a computer, but I don't watch every single game. I don't do that.
Like nobody can.
I don't. It's impossible. And that's how you turn your bet. Whatever your bet is, it turns into something 3 times the size of what it was because you're automatically thinking, I like that one side, so you think the team's going to come back. I'm going to get them live at plus whatever. I mean, have I done it? Yeah. Like I'll jump out something like, you know what, this is. And I was that San Antonio game. Because I was doing bowls and NFL for the week, there were write-ups and stuff. I'm watching. I'm like, oh man, I should get this under 47 now. Got through 2 interceptions, his first 5 passes, whatever. And then I'm looking. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Should I maybe take? Are they going to come back? I was like, I don't want to just get wrapped up in a bad number now. I got him at 13. Do I want to get him at +7 now? Is that worth it? Like they could get run out of the building. No, I don't like to do that. I feel it's. At least me. I mean, I know guys. You see people posting.
Anthony loves live betting. He's actually really good at it.
I've been really good.
Plus
lives.
I know
as hell. Yeah, it's super random. It's not like it's like, oh, I'm going to do live bet today.
But but you're not using like a full like if you're not putting like $100 on plus 750 lives. It's like
I put like a quarter unit.
Yeah,
half a
unit.
Like
I'm putting like $15, $25 on like little odd numbers, like $7.42 because that's what I just got. That's my off numbers on things.
Yeah.
So you're all over the place. And I say this because someone who's doing it for 30 years, I get like that. There is no way that the new person in doing this kind of thing is keeping track and saying, well, I'm going to use a quarter or this percentage of my usual bet. No, that's not happening. You're just going to get hurt. The average person is just going to get hurt with it.
I do it more for entertainment purposes. I'm bored at home, and it's the worst thing to do. But I'm home. I'm bored. I'm watching the game. I was like, let me throw $25 on this. Fuck it. But soccer, I'm telling you, soccer.
Oh, stop. Let's move on. Soccer.
Red card, live bet.
Tooch.
Red card, live bet.
I'm telling you, I am the king of. I call Tooch. Get on this game right now. He's like.
So there it goes.
I'm telling you,
man.
We call me. He's like, I'm only gonna jump on if it's only minus 430 live.
Hey, what do I give you? Plus 800s,
man,
Tooch?
750 young boys.
750,
young boys. Young boys.
That's a T-Money special, young boys.
Oh, yeah.
Young boys. Young boys. Young boys is from years ago, from 2 years ago.
No, remember
Anthony.
The one I would say the one day was like plus like 1,300 something.
Versus Man City.
What is this?
That's what I'm saying. Versus Man City this year. No, this was from 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
We knew all about the team.
I don't know.
The team, young boys. The team.
All right, man. We can talk about Thursday Night Football tonight. We've got the Saints and the Rams. Rams are laying 4.5. Total 45.5. Kind of like the over in this one, but both teams have been putting up points.
If anyone watching is interested in anytime touchdown parlay, I just put $10 on it. Was it a 5-teamer, including one player from tonight? $10 is paying $365.
I hit a couple of those recently, man.
I put a tenth of a unit. It's more of just take a dart. $10.
I like Higbee tonight. I
spent more money on lunch than I do on this ticket.
Higbee anytime touchdown, Sean?
Yeah, and I think I took it over 35 yards for him just because I don't know, man. The other day he was getting a lot of looks.
Yeah, no, Kerryon Thompson is getting a touchdown tonight. I mean, that dude gets a touchdown like McCaffrey gets a touchdown.
Yeah,
every week. That's Tooch.
Yep. Kyron Williams, it's like -3 something or there's 200.
I'll tell you what, that dude almost screwed us last week with his freaking fumbles. He had fumbleitis last week.
Rams have been putting up some points, man, their last 4 games going backwards, 28, 31, 36, 37. And that's against 31, 28, 31, 36, 37. So they put up 31 against Baltimore's defense. They put up 36 on the Browns. So Rams tuning up right here, looking to make a playoff run. They're sitting at 7-7. Saints also at 7-7, still alive to win that division. I cannot stand the Saints head coach Dennis Allen. That's one reason for me to bet against the Saints. I just don't think he's a very good coach.
I don't like anything about this.
Sean McVay is a way better coach. Matthew Stafford's a way better quarterback. Cooper Kupp, man, I'll take him in the slot versus the slot corner on the Saints. I also like Cooper Kupp over 73.5 yards tonight. For the side, I'm on the Rams -4. I also like the over.
Yeah,
Sean,
it's square, but I still like the Rams. Yeah, and I like the under though. I think I don't like the Saints offense.
Yep.
No, Saints off. I'm not a fan of the Saints this year at all.
I don't with the Rams. I'm just worried. Are the Rams gonna put up 37? Like they could have a game like that, and I'm like, oh brother.
The only thing that scares me with the Rams, they love kicking field goals. For some reason, once they get in the red zone, they struggle in the red zone to score touchdowns.
So the side -4, Anthony, -4.5.
100%. I'm already on it.
I am too. I have a bet in on the Rams -4. And DraftKings tonight had you pick any one of the sides, and you got +110 instead of -110. So
that's good. -3.5. What is it? -120. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll drop half a point and just juice it.
-115.
Yeah.
I like
still
it too.
good. -3.5.
Yeah, I've got my numbers -4, but it's -4.
I got -4.
Yeah. I've been told there's no juice when you win, so I don't know what that means.
That's a fact.
-122, he said. All right, man. We got Saturday games. We got 3 Saturday games, Sean. That's Christmas Eve. No, 23rd. Sorry. Sunday's Christmas Eve. We'll get into some of those games. Bengals, Steelers. Mike Tomlin on the hot seat, Sean. And Mason Rudolph starting.
How is this guy on the hot seat? I just don't understand this.
I mean,
he turns
but he's
shit
still
into gold.
I guess, but is it? They're always 500 though. I mean, you're 9-8 or 8-8. When is it on you?
7-7
is it? Now. I mean, again, I talk about the quarterbacks.
They haven't had a quarterback since Roethlisberger.
You blamed Canada. How's the offense when he left? Still couldn't get in the end zone. This is an under for me. I guess it's 2.5 Bengals because you have Mason Rudolph in there. Yep. Maybe he turns into a one-hit wonder and no one's ready for him. He runs the ball, he makes some plays with his legs. This would be an under because you know what? Steelers defense is still going to show up here. As good as Browning's been his last couple starts, they're not scoring 34 points like that the last 2 games. That's happening. No. I'll take the under, and I'm not even worried. You want to tease up? You want to tease Pittsburgh up to an 8.5 or something? I'll be on the teaser side of that. Like I just want the most points from somebody here. If you want to switch it around and take the Bengals plus points, you're gonna think the Steelers could win by more than a touchdown.
Yeah,
this is like a field goal game.
Steelers are not winning, dude.
It's a little fishy. It's a little fishy.
This game, don't even know. This is a game you just don't overthink. There's no way you could take the Steelers with that defense. That defense is literally either A, given up, or B, they are so injured that nobody. Did you just see how the Colts just ran down their throats? And now you're playing with a stacked offense of the Bengals. I mean, I know Chase is out, but they don't even need Chase in this game. This Steelers team is just horrendous right now, and it's not going to change.
There's no Chase.
Motivation.
No Jamar Chase. He's out.
This is a bunch of Chase Claypools playing on offense. This is the best way to put it. I mean, Najee Harris, he has no motivation. Pickens is not getting the ball. He's crying.
Some of these
Deontay
guys
Johnson
have been standing around. The wide receivers standing around.
It's
blocking.
terrible. Mason Rudolph. Let's just
say this because he's terrible watching on
Rudolph. Mason Rudolph. That's all we gotta say. This is Bengals. I'm dropping a bomb on this game. I mean, don't overthink it.
Sean, Bengals won their last three games in a row. Steelers lost 3 games in a row.
I'm just taking the under. I'm not under for me.
Okay, Sean's on the under.
You have to take the under because this is a 20-6 type game. Bengals are just going to run the ball with Joe Mixon, short passes to that. What was that other running back they have? Chase
Brown. Yep.
Chase Brown. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's like their new secret weapon right now. I mean, if you think the Steelers are going to get more than 10 points, you got to be high as hell. Mason Rudolph is quarterback. I mean, come on.
He's horrible, but
he's awful.
We have not seen him all season, so
he's awful.
Are we getting last year Mason Rudolph? Did he somehow find?
Has anyone seen these receivers try to catch the ball?
Magic Juju.
Ball. Now, one person. Now, I haven't seen the ball literally hit any of the receivers in the gut. It's always way over here, way over there, way down there. I mean, it's like Tom Brady last
John's
year.
Buddy's here.
Tom Brady throwing at Mike Evans' feet.
Look what Foster comes in.
I'm with Anthony. For me, it's Bengals or nothing. If you had to pick a side, though, Sean, which side?
Come on, Sean. Join the dark side.
You don't have to say it's not an official play.
It just looks freaking.
It looks too easy.
I take the Steelers. Why is it 2.5? Why?
I mean, it's.
Yeah,
I understand. I understand if it looks too easy ordeal, but come on.
I hear you. It's fishy.
It's the Steelers right now. It's not the
That's
Steelers.
Why I'm not betting it, though. That's why I'm not going to be on it. I don't have to.
Jake Browning has played well, man. It's
so easy. It's so easy. You got a Chihuahua instead of a Great Dane. You got a tiny little dog instead of a Saint Bernard. You got a Saint Bernard farm. But no, you got.
They also have Mason Rudolph.
I know. I'm just at 2.5. Why is it at 2.5? Because
it's in Pittsburgh. It's on the road. They got rookie quarterback.
Everybody's out on defense.
That's what they want. This is one of those that they want you to take the Steelers. They're begging you to take the Steelers.
The Steelers have been really missing Minkah Fitzpatrick, who's pretty much one of the catalysts on that defense aside from T.J. Watt.
And T.J. Watt's not even 100%.
And T.J. Watt hasn't been 100%.
That defense is not the same Pittsburgh. Trust me, I've been right in the Steelers all year. But as of 2-3 weeks ago, I said, okay. Oh, no, the Pittsburgh game, the Patriots game, I said, you know what? It's official. The Steelers are not the same Steelers. They're so injured. There's no motivation. That locker room, that team, they're ready for the season to be over.
That's why, Sean, that's why Mike Tomlin is on the hot seat.
I mean, you see their body language when they played last week. And the Patriots.
And they're 7-7, Sean. They still have a chance to make the playoffs.
I'm not betting it.
I know.
I don't care. I hope it wins for you. I'm not on it. Why are you yelling at me?
I don't have a bet to play on it yet. I'm just saying that.
You gotta.
I want the under. I don't care if they don't score. I got the
under 48.5 for Sean, or under 38.5 for Sean.
Not that 48. There's a better life bet under 48.
What's your number on that total? You get a good number?
This is
I got a 39 and a 38.5, so not much different. Not much. Again, that hasn't changed one bit. That's what they think about the quarterback situation. It's the same thing as who's ever quarterbacking.
It's the 20-6 type game. That's it. Small, low-scoring game.
Chargers. Bills laying a big number on the road versus the Easton Stick and the Chargers. No Justin Herbert. Can the Bills come? Bills recently have been pretty good, Sean. They are. Let me pull this.
They're 8-7.
They're 8-6. Chargers sitting at 5-9. Bills 6-7-1 against the spread. Away they're 2-4 on the road. Better home team on the road. 2-4. At home, the Chargers are 2-5 though. So over under 43.5, man. How much is the Chargers gonna score, man?
I think they score.
Denver, they scored 7.
And I'm kicking myself because I said I'm looking at lines last week on Sunday. I said I want to go over to 40 here because you get blasted by 60. You give up 60, you're going to score some points in the next game. And I think the Bills are going to – I think the Bills covered – well, I mean, the line was 10 at the time for what, but I think the Bills score in the 30s. They're going to score 34, 37 themselves. You're telling me you're not getting 10 points, 14 points out of the Chargers here? I mean, I still like Bills and the over. I mean, I'm just mad I didn't take the 40 because I was like, I got to take it, and then life happens. I forget. I'm downloading to put it up on podcast form, and I don't take it. It's 40 goes to 43. So
my prediction: 34-20, Bills.
Here we go. Yeah, he only threw for 94 yards because they rushed for 900 yards.
Yeah,
he didn't have to throw a pass. Well, she went 9 to 15.
He didn't need to.
They just every time they touched the ball, they took off and ran. Dallas couldn't tackle.
And last week, Sean, you said this feels like a game that the Cowboys lose.
Yeah,
it was minus 1.5.
He's like,
that was my free play.
He's like, Sean, you said Buffalo 30. You said them 30. They'd win 31-10 last week, and yet
the score was 31-10.
Yeah,
Bills.
That's typical Cowboy. That's they got a crap coach, and that's the kind of outing you're going to have after 4 straight home games.
It was easy money. I tried talking all of you guys on the Bills.
Yeah,
I couldn't touch it. I
couldn't take the Bills simply because of their actually from the second quarter through the rest of the game against Kansas City. They won, and I had them. They should not have won that game. I don't care about that. That was a penalty at the end of the game. They had no right winning that game. You played good for 17 minutes. You were up 14-0, and then you thought the game was over. That's not a team I want to bet on at home in a pick 'em versus a team that's rolling along.
On the other hand, you got the Cowboys.
You lose to the Niners, the Bills, the Eagles on the road. That I could live with that. They're not bad teams. I got the Niners as a Super Bowl favorite. The Bills were a Super Bowl favorite coming into the season. The Eagles were in the Super Bowl last year. But typical Dallas, you can't get over the hump. That's a bad.
That was just a bad spot for Dallas. They've been home for 2 months straight, and they are playing the worst teams of the actual NFL.
Bills aren't even in the playoffs yet. They're not in the playoffs, folks.
Oh, they will be.
They're not in the playoffs.
I hope they win the division. Win the division.
So Bills made a change in offensive coordinator.
Happen because the Bills are going to win here. They'll beat up on the Patriots, and then they get Miami to close out the year. But Miami's going to lose to Dallas. They're going to lose to Baltimore next week. And maybe they win at the end of the year in Miami.
Miami will beat Dallas.
All right, we got the Chargers. Went into Las Vegas last week and they gave up 63 points and fired the coach the next day.
That was a simple. I mean, you got to literally just throw that game out the window because the team just literally just gave up. They literally gave up on the coach. Plain and simple. I mean,
it's coming up in the first quarter.
No team like that.
What's there to say about the Chargers? Move on. Go to the next game. Bills are going to win this. Bills in the over. That's it. There's your parlay of your life.
We're spending way too much time on this.
All right, Lions Vikings. Like this game.
Parlay of the life. 6-teamer.
Man, Lions Vikings. Both these teams are still alive for the playoffs. Detroit 10-4, looking to win, sew up the division, and Minnesota sitting at 7-7. Detroit 5-2 away and 5-2 at home. It's in indoor games the Lions play a lot better. Minnesota is 2-4 at home, man. So Nick Mullins is second.
You take the Vikings here. This is the same. I'll say you talk about a fishy line with Cincy. How's this line at 3? Like everybody's. Again, people love the Lions, and then you got a Vikings on their 4th quarterback of the year. Right?
Yeah,
it's their 4th quarterback,
and it's only 3 points.
It's Lions it's Vikings because next week, you know what you do? You take the Lions next week 5.5 and over 51 against the Cowboys. That's what you do next week. You take because that's going to be a shootout. And you know what? Forget about the 5.5. You take a money line because you're either going to win or Dallas is going to win 45-35 or something. So 5 won't even come into play.
Detroit's next game after Minnesota is at Dallas.
Saturday night standalone.
Last year they went into Dallas and lost 24-6. Sean's on the line. Vikings +3.
Yep.
And I like the Vikings defense. Their defensive coach is really good, man.
But look at this total 47 with that defense. Because you know what that tells you? That tells you that they think Nick Mullins is going to come in here and pretend he's on the Niners and light up this Lions defense. I tease up the Lions. I know.
He's up the Vikings.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree. Good camp.
Vikings are not going to get blown.
Tease it up to 9. Tease it
They're
up
not going to
to 9.
get blown out.
Yep. And what would be another good team to tease that with, Anthony? What are you thinking? Bills tease down to -6.5.
You guys love your Bengals. Don't take the Bengals.
I'll take the Bills down.
You can't go wrong with
down
the
to
Bengals.
-6.5.
People say you don't tease to 0. I never understood that. I mean, if you like a team -3,
let me put it this way, Sean. If I would listen
6?
to everybody, me and Tooch would be living in a box down by the river right now.
He likes teasing up the Cardinals to
this guy, David. You're crazy because the Bear. I've been talking about the Bears for 2 weeks in this spot against Arizona.
Sean's been making money on the Bear.
Sean's Mr. Chicago over here.
That's it, boy.
He's got a Justin Fields jersey coming in the mail.
That's it.
Any thoughts on the total for Vikings and Lions over?
This total tells me over. I mean, 47 tells me that the Lions are the Vikings are going to put up points here.
Yep.
Which is
why I have to go under. I'm going to say I think this total is totally based on last week's scores. They were high scoring games. I think this is just a trap total just based on the public. Oh, look at the games last week. And what is the number one thing that people how they bet on the NFL? They look at the week prior. Yep. That's the biggest mistake.
I mean,
I like the over. I lean over.
The Vikings 2 games prior were 12-10 and 3-0.
Yeah.
I lean under.
Yep. All right. We got.
You still got Nick Mullins at quarterback. He ain't nothing special.
I know. Well,
so I mean, Vikings defense is going to have to hold. And that Vikings Bengals was going under until the late fourth quarter. And then all the crazy shit happened. So under.
Bears coming off playing the toughest defense in the NFL, where they still had a chance to win at the end, Sean. But they're -4.5 favorites at home versus Kyler Murray. Are we taking the dog here?
Heck no. I've been on the Bear. I've been saying the Bears since last week. I said to take the Ravens, the Browns over the Bears. I said you're going to lose that one, and to come here, and yeah, it went from 3 to 4.5. So
yep,
that's it.
Lots of steam coming in.
I'm not taking Arizona. A team from Arizona and Chicago on Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's great for them.
Yep, -4.5 for the Bears. Over under 43. I kind of feel like there'll be points here.
I think there'll probably be points.
So for me, I like the over in this game. 43. I think there'll be some points here. Anthony, any thoughts on Bears Cardinals?
Bears in the over.
Bears in the over. It's easy. We're all three of us in agreement there. Cowboys Dolphins, probably the best game of the week. This is one you got to watch, man.
This is where the disagreement starts coming.
This is where it comes, man, because I like the over.
This is a rematch between me and Sean from last week.
With all the star power, man. The Cowboys are on the road again, man. 50-point total. Are we thinking points or no?
I don't know about the total. Oh, I like Dallas. You're off an embarrassing game of the week loss where it's one thing losing. You lose 30-10, and the quarterback throws for 235. The running back goes for 95 spread out. You get mauled physically like you're in 7th grade, and the varsity guy just came in and bulldozed you like you're a pinball. No, they're going to step up, and you're down. Listen, you're a Miami guy. They got some offensive line problems, bro. They got some O-line problems. And
yes, they do.
30-0 last week. I had Miami -13. You know why? Because that's what the number was. And all of a sudden, you blow a 14-point lead or whatever the hell they did in the fourth quarter, and people are like, the sky's falling. It's 7. Oh, no, Tyreek Hill. Yeah, Hill. That's fine. He's not playing. You got an offensive line that's banged up, and then you had the Jets. No. You don't get. Dallas might have some bad road losses, and you get physically manhandled. Get physically.
They're 3-4 on the road.
You lost to the Super Bowl favorites. The Super Bowl runner-up.
Show as a coach. You got a quarterback that thinks he's
a guy on defense
the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. You got half a running back. You got one receiver, and then the other one's like 50 years old that doesn't get the ball enough.
I'll see you on New Year's Eve.
I'll see you on Monday, and I'll tell you I told you so on the Dolphins.
I'm going to – I don't ever text –
Tyreek Hill is going to bring all his little cheetahs, 13 of them.
I never text during the shows. You know that. I never text during a thing. I just wait and whatever. Rarely.
Just like I told you last week. Remember I told you said, how were the Patriots going to score? Hunter Henry. He scored all the points himself.
Who did that last week? The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Literally, they scored 2
No.
touchdowns, and Hunter Henry got all of them.
They didn't cover, though, right?
No.
I mean, I don't care about that. I mean, you don't talk of player props. I don't care about that stuff.
They should have covered. Yeah, they should have covered, but stupid turnovers.
Tyreek Hill and Devin A-Chain both questionable for this game. Tyreek Hill needs a lot of
14 girlfriends having his 27th baby.
He needs 14 tickets at the will call window for all the baby mamas.
13 kids and 13.
No, he just had his seventh. He just had his seventh kid.
Seventh kid with 7 different ladies. So he needs like 14.
You better win that MVP, boy. He needs that $1 million bonus.
For the baby mamas and the kids.
He's got some heck of a what is that baby? What's it called? When you got to pay the child support. Oh my gosh.
Sean likes the Dolphins. Sean likes the Cowboys. Anthony's on the Dolphins.
What's your name, Tooch?
And
hi, I'm Tooch.
For me, I like the over. I think there'll be points here. What do you say? Give away some free plays.
Let's do it.
We got a free play music coming up here. Where is it?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, here we go.
Keep looking.
All right, here we go.
Down the room.
All right, we got free play records.
Finally, I started 1-5.
We're 500 off on the season. 24, 24, and 4.
That's straight up. How are we all together though with the sides on the other games? We're over. We got to be over 500. Somebody go back and watch the videos.
To go back, I
all told gotta be. I know. Just picking one's always tough. That's why you say like tough. One.
It is the pressure.
It's one and like look, it's a loser.
Last week,
can I give out 2 free plays this week?
Yeah, I got you. Panthers plus 4.5.
Panthers and the Bengals. Give me the Bengals minus 2.5 as my second free play.
All right, and Sean has Northwestern plus 6.5 versus Utah. And I am on Northern Illinois plus 3 versus Arkansas State. Dog of the day, the Vikings plus 3 versus the Lions.
That's it.
Yep.
We've lost 2 in a row, so this is third one is the turn.
And we'll be back next week. Probably Friday. Yep, a week from tomorrow. We are doing a Thursday show this week for scheduling purposes, and let's see what else I got. Anything else here?
Come on with your nonsense. I'm doing 2 shows on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I'll be live.
Right on.
Sean's family's like, yeah, go do your podcast, Sean. Go do your podcast.
Yeah, I love it. All right, fellas. Any closing thoughts for any
podcast comes before family, right, Sean?
Thursday night football closing thoughts, props, anything?
Rams.
I like the Higbee touchdown.
Higbee touchdown. I'm on
Karen Williams touchdown.
Cooper Kupp over receiving yards
and Olave over receiving yards because he's like the only receiver on the Saints that's actually going to catch the ball.
Kamara.
Besides him and Kamara.
Got a question here. Colts plus 2.5.
What is up with that line, bro? I like the Colts. I have no idea why.
Oh, wait. No, who are the Colts? I'm thinking Steelers. I'm
playing the Falcons.
They're playing the
Falcons.
I like the Colts. I'm a Colts guy.
You didn't know the Colts are 6-1 in their last 7 games this year?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
They're on a huge run. It's Minshew mania. Colts money line. Colts money line.
I'll tell you what, we didn't touch on the game.
They're 5-1 their last 6.
5-1.
We didn't touch on the game. Titans money line.
Titans money line. All right.
Crickets.
Titans are playing
Seattle.
Oh, man, Seattle's played pretty good, but they're coming off a nice. Seattle has come off a nice win, though. Man. They're fat and happy.
Yeah, never in data for them. 93-yard drive with a minute left in the game.
Yep, never in doubt. Seattle at Tennessee, and Will Levis has also played good though too. Sean likes the Colts. Anthony.
Colts, yeah, for sure. Money
Colts
line.
Are hot, 7-3 against the spread. Their last 10.
It's not even that. It's just how they're winning and playing.
Yep.
Hopefully Pittman is okay to play this game because he's a huge part of that offense.
Taylor Heineke for the Falcons. They're going back.
Heineke's going to be quarterback.
Give me Minshew over either of those guys, Ritter or Heineke.
I mean, Ritter. Every game he throws an interception in the end zone every week. Brutal. He did it last week. It was in the red zone. He did it in his own. It wasn't an interception.
Heineke.
Fumble.
Colts have been good, my buddy David.
Oh yeah, Colts have been good for everybody. If you're playing the Colts, we've all reamed in the rewards.
Colts and over, you're looking good on the year.
Yeah,
Getting
I'll
2.5.
Tooch, what did I tell you about Colts overs? Tell him talking about it. Colts overs are must at home. That's the key. Is at home.
They're on the road
in
here.
Indy. I think they're 6-0 or 7-0 on the over in Indy.
Home.
Yeah. And I cashed last week just because of Mike Tomlin calling the timeouts when it really didn't matter. Never in doubt.
Easy.
All right, fellas, we're ready for to close out the show. We'll see you guys next Friday. Thanks, fellas.
Take it easy.
All right.
Yeah.